Hey guys, so it has been a while and I want to tell you guys first and foremost how much I love all of you guys and everybody who has stuck around during this incredibly trying month, which is why I am doing this particular video. What happened in the month of November? Oh my goodness, guys, I'm gonna run through this as fast as I can, but to give you some insight of what happened, first of all, I'm gonna say that I had two partial grocery hauls recorded. They were partial because every time I would get part of it done, something would happen and I couldn't finish it. But that should all be better now. So starting back at the very beginning of the month, Taya, our youngest biological daughter, turned 8 on the 3rd. During that time, I was still spending a ton of time up at the hospice house with my grandmother. She was continuing to decline, but for Taya's birthday, I actually said I was not going to be there. It was actually really hard. It was hard on my heart to make that decision. Guys, I'm sorry, the lighting and shadowing in here kind of stinks, and I'm trying to make sure you guys can see me. Anyhow, that said, her birthday happened on the 3rd. I spent the day focusing on her because I know I had been kind of neglecting all of the kids a little bit, as I tried to be there as much as possible for my grandmother, so that my mom and my aunt could also have some breaks. On the 7th, my grandmother did pass. On the 8th, we got a phone call for a little girl. It was an emergency placement, a 5-year-old, 5. I just realized you guys couldn't fully see my hand. That said, it was something where I'm sure a lot of people are like, why did you agree to a placement the day after your grandmother passed? And because first and foremost, guys, I want to say part of being at the hospice house, my grandmother meant so much to me. She was a huge part of our lives. But this little girl, it felt like something we should do. And she was so easy, so sweet, and it was a nice distraction because I had no idea what was about to happen. A couple days later, I finally got word. We were thinking, because the 7th was a Monday, and was thinking, okay, the funeral will probably be that following weekend. Not the case. Those in the family that were in charge of planning, they went for convenience. So they scheduled her funeral out for the day after Thanksgiving. That was 2.5 weeks after she passed. Yeah, and it was open casket. People apparently do that. I have a lot of opinions, if you can't tell, about that whole situation, but regardless. So we found that out. The little 5-year-old was only with us for a week, and they actually found family for her to go to. So then she left, and I want to say we had a week that was semi-quiet. I say semi-quiet. Micah's birthday was on the 17th, Mr. Moo. And then fast forward to the week of Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. That Sunday before Thanksgiving, we got an emergency call. I didn't even know we were on the emergency call list for the middle of the night. They called me at 1:30 in the morning, Sunday night, I guess technically Monday morning, for 2 little girls that were 3 and 5. That whole thing, I made it very clear to them. I was like, I can do this temporarily, but we have a funeral, and the Department of Social Services is not open around the holiday. So I was like, you guys got to figure this out, because she's got to be gone, or not she, they have to be gone before the funeral on Friday, and the viewing was on Wednesday. So it literally wrapped around Thanksgiving. That was, yeah, so Monday I had all conversations with the workers, then a little bit more. Tuesday, they weren't quite so sure if they were going to find a home for the 2 of them, and this is the one time. Normally, guys, I'm so accommodating. I'm like, you know what, we'll make it work. It'll be fine. No, I was like, I cannot. We only had 1 bed and 1 seat for 2 girls. That meant that they were sharing a bed, and I could not go anywhere with everybody. And again, the funeral. So, fast forward, Tuesday, I also got a phone call from a different worker that kind of failed to ask, basically informed me that there was a sibling to the twins that we have that was coming out for a home visit. She was supposed to be staying the entire time with an older sibling, but plans changed, and oh, by the way, she's coming to your house for 3 of the 5 nights. There was no asking. I tried asking questions and said, okay, before I agree to this, as in, hey, try asking, I needed to know behaviors. I needed to know what kind of stuff I needed a heads up on. Crickets. I got no answers. Tuesday night, I got an email with the paperwork to place her. So that's where I asked my questions that I still never, to this day, have never gotten answers to. But she stayed with us. Wednesday, I had to take the twins for a sibling visit for them. And so the other two little girls, I messaged that worker, said, hey, I'm coming to the department. How about I bring them and their stuff with? And they agreed. So that would work because it had to happen. So then top it all off. Tuesday, one of the kids in the house had dental surgery. It was also my birthday. Wednesday was the twins' birthday. I dropped the extra little girls off. Didn't get responses from anybody. Thursday was Thanksgiving. Friday was the funeral. Friday, and this, I'm a little salty, guys. I had to get home by a certain point from the funeral because this other child was coming to our house. The child that nobody asked if we could take. The child who came on the day of my grandmother's funeral. Yeah. So, needless to say, over the course of the weekend, and she was a sweet kid. She was. There was a few small issues, but she was a sweet kid. My husband and I decided that we're done. The kids in our house are it, and we will see their cases through, but that's it. We're not taking any more placements because clearly we are not respected. And we are to be used. So, that said, and I think I'm saying that a lot right now. Anyhow, sorry. That kiddo, there was a whole big drama fest that happened regarding her return to where she was supposed to be going. Monday, after all of the drama, I get a text like 8 o'clock in the morning from a different worker. It says, hey, that little 5-year-old you had at the beginning of the month, can she come back? And I was like, seriously, we just decided we're done. But then you call me or text me about the one child I'd probably take back because she was so sweet. And so I talked to Shawn and the older kids, and she came back on Monday. So yes, we have 4 extra kiddos now. So trying to sort all of that out. Our beds are full. Our van is full. It has been a very, very full month. It has been busy. It has been stressful. The worst part of it is because of the workers and the way everything went down around the combination of the cases. I actually don't feel like I've had a chance to fully grieve my grandmother, which kind of sucks. But we'll figure that out, and yeah, we'll get there. But either way, that's November. December at this point has to look up, right? Oh, there was more. I actually forgot. So we also found out, I'm gonna go ahead and switch this because my arm is killing me and the lighting is going to kind of suck. So I'm just going to apologize for that. I found out the week before the week of Thanksgiving that a family member was in jail, is in enough trouble. They're not getting out anytime too soon. Next hearing is not until after the new year, at which point they will be sentenced, which I have been told they're facing a couple of years. However, the day of court, where they found out that they were being held without bail, this particular family member found out that she is pregnant. So lots of conversations. There's a chance that the grandparents will be stepping in, but I'm not sure. And either way, it is already out on the table that, yes, of course, we will be there. So by midsummer, we could have a newborn in the house too. I was done with babies. I don't have baby stuff, but it's okay because it's family, and this baby will be so loved regardless. So, anyhow, there's that. That also happened. So there's a lot of mental prepping and planning, and I've made some calls to figure out what exactly that has to look like. So anyhow, guys, that's it. Looking at my timer, it looks like I've kept this right around the 10-minute mark, which is phenomenal given everything that happened. You can expect to see a full array of everything here in December. In fact, I'm trying to get a whole bunch of crafts and other stuff done. I want to do, I just got to figure out if I want to do them short style or full video style. The grocery hauls will be here. I've got my FabFitFun box and what happened with that, which is another story, which you guys will just have to see the intro to see what happened. And I've got some other unboxing to do. And yeah, just Christmas style videos in general. So there it is, guys. I really, really hope that you are having a blessed day, that this holiday season is finding you well. And again, I want to thank you so much for sticking around over the course of this last month, which has been incredibly trying, and I've been completely MIA, but I know so many of you have said that you guys understand, so I really do appreciate it. Anyhow, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss everything else coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.